Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and learn about your role as a group leader. My name is Megan Erickson. I'm your regional liaison, and Amber Rocha has also joined us. She's our assistant liaison. We are both your main points of contact for REIS across America. Anytime you have questions, you should contact either one of us directly for help. You can reach us over the phone, through text message, or by email. You can find our contact information at the bottom of every email that we send you. We are always happy to help, and we look forward to helping you make your fundraising efforts a success this year. Each year, REIS Across America announces a theme to inspire all of us to remember, honor, and teach. This year's theme is Find a Way to Serve. We hope you all find ways to get involved in your own communities, to serve in small ways that make a big impact. We've recently just launched our educational curriculum, and you can find that on our main REIS Across America webpage. If you'd like the direct link, feel free to reach out to either Amber or I, and we'd be happy to get that for you. Locations and groups have different purposes. How do sponsorship groups and locations work together? Think of the location as a funnel. The more sponsorship groups feeding into the funnel, the broader your reach and the more likely you are to fully cover your cemetery. And that's the ultimate goal here, to honor and remember every veteran nationwide. As you reach out to your community and talk with people about what you're doing and why, invite them to sign up as a sponsorship group. Anyone can get involved. Individuals, families, friends, organizations, and businesses can all become sponsorship groups. If there's a large business that would like to become a corporate sponsor, let us know and we'll connect them with our corporate team. The more people that you get involved in the mission of REIS Across America, the bigger impact you will be able to make in your local community. Developing a strong network of support within your community will help ensure that every veteran laid to rest at your local cemetery receives a remembrance wreath this December. If you know other organizations that would like to get involved, let them know about the different group plans that they can choose from. Locations receive 3 wreaths for every 2 wreaths sponsored through a group on the 3-for-2 plan. A $5 payback group receives $5 back for every paid wreath sponsorship. This can be a nice fundraising opportunity for their organization and allows them to sponsor veteran wreaths while also giving back to your local community. A no-plan group helps to cover the REIS Across America overhead. This is a wonderful way to support the behind-the-scenes work at headquarters. Your sponsorship goal is linked to the wreathometer on your group page. It turns green as wreaths are sponsored for your group, making it a wonderful tool to keep your community engaged and motivated to sponsor wreaths. You can adjust your goal at any time during the year through your account dashboard by going to your registration to-dos. Collecting sponsorships for veteran wreaths can be easy. The quickest and easiest way to promote your REIS Across America efforts is by sharing the direct link to your sponsorship group page with anyone you think would want to support the mission. Sharing it on social media is a great idea too. If you do a Facebook fundraiser, be sure to complete our Facebook fundraiser notification form so that your group and location get credit for those donations. Live Facebook events are a fun way to highlight your local veterans and families in your community who support the REIS Across America mission. Local businesses who support veterans want to get involved. Contact your local Chamber of Commerce to see which local businesses support veteran organizations. Then contact them to see how they would like to get involved. If any of these businesses would like to get involved on a greater scale as a corporate group or as a trucking partner, please contact them with either Amber or I through email, and we'll have the corporate team or the logistics team reach out to them directly, depending on their level of interest. You might also consider reaching out to other local corporate retailers such as Kohl's, Walmart, or Lowe's about getting a grant or setting up an employee match. If you apply for any grants, be sure to complete our grant notification form so that your group and location get credit for their donations. For help filling out grant forms, send an email to grants@wreathsacrossamerica.org. In-person fundraising events can also be very successful. Some fun ideas could include hosting a cornhole or bocce ball tournament. You could ask a local hobbyist to teach a class, maybe yoga, paint and pour canvas and art, cooking or woodworking. Car washes, bake sales, and silent auctions are good to consider as well. You can hand out IOU cards to volunteers and active duty personnel all year long. This is a great way to seize the moment and show your appreciation by simply saying thank you. You can find these in the Wreaths Across America online store under supplies. Visit the Wreaths Across America online store or reach out to me for more ideas and to help generate awareness and sponsorships in your community. Donors may sponsor Wreaths online or by mailing a check to Wreaths Across America. It's very important to know that your group will only receive credit for donations made through your group. To sponsor Wreaths online through your group, use and share the direct link to your group page, which is wreathsacrossamerica.org with a / and your group ID. If your group is on the 3-for-2 plan, or we are running a promotional campaign, the additional wreaths matched will be applied internally after your order processes. Donors will simply select the number of $15 veteran wreaths that they wish to pay for, and the additional wreaths will be added to the details of their order on the wreath count report on your dashboard. Online orders will be visible on your wreath count report within 24 to 48 hours. To mail donations for your group, first convert any cash to a check or money order. Then attach a wreath sponsorship order form to each check or complete a tally sheet in lieu of individual wreath sponsorship order forms if you're sending multiple checks in one envelope. Mail checks with the forms to the address listed in the top right corner of the wreath sponsorship order form. We recommend making copies of everything prior to sending, and if you're able to, get tracking to confirm the delivery of your funds. Please note, checks must be made out to Wreaths Across America, and all of your order forms must include your group ID and location ID, so that you get credit for those orders. Mailed orders will be visible on your wreath count report within 3 to 4 weeks. We issue payback checks for groups on the $5 back plan every 45 to 60 days from February through November each year, making it easy for you to fundraise all year round. Your group ID, location ID, and the direct link to your Wreaths Across America group page are in your registration confirmation email. If you need any help finding these, let us know. The Volunteer Handbook is an excellent resource for you and will give you the tools needed to plan ahead and prepare for a smooth wreath day. It can be found on the volunteer resource page by going to the main Wreaths Across America website, clicking on the menu, then going down to the location and group resources and download group materials. In the next few slides, we'll touch on some of the highlights from the handbook, but I encourage you to take the time to read through it and reach out to us with any questions. Grave-specific requests are accepted at select participating locations nationwide and allow donors to sponsor a wreath to be placed on their specific loved one's grave. Donors may place the grave-specific wreaths themselves, or they may request to have a volunteer place it for them. Grave-specific requests are only accepted online. Donors should select the grave-specific option when sponsoring wreaths online through your Wreaths Across America group page. They will need to provide their loved one's name and where they are located within the cemetery. After their order is processed, their loved one will automatically be added to the grave-specific list for placement on Wreath Day. If you have a donor who is unable to donate online and must pay with a check, please reach out to the volunteer location coordinator for the cemetery and ask if they are willing to accommodate that grave-specific request. If you use sponsorship forms to collect grave-specific information, include a note stating that these requests have already been recorded. If you do not do this, it will slow down the processing of your order. After that, you will need to manually add each of those to the grave-specific report found on your account dashboard. You'll do this by clicking the plus sign in the bottom right-hand corner of that report. If you need help with any of this, please feel free to reach out to Amber or I, and we're happy to walk you through it. Planning the wreath laying ceremony is a lot of work. Each location has 2 dedicated volunteer location coordinators who work year-round to make it a memorable event for all who attend. If your sponsorship group would like to get involved and help with planning or volunteer on Wreath Day, be sure to contact the volunteer location coordinators to offer your assistance. Some things they may need help with include planning the ceremony program, setting up on Wreath Day, directing traffic, passing out wreaths to anyone who attends and wants to participate, placing grave-specific requests for those who are not able to attend, and leaving the cemetery clean after the event. It's important to know that all wreaths are passed out to anyone who shows up and would like to help lay wreaths. They are not set aside for individual donors or sponsorship groups unless they are sponsored as grave-specific requests online or manually entered onto that grave-specific report. We appreciate all that you do as a volunteer and want to make your job easy, so we've created templates for just about anything you might need. You can find all of the Wreaths Across America approved and updated order forms, documents, marketing materials, logos, press releases, and account dashboard tutorials on the volunteer resource page. If you want to customize an image or document, Wreaths Across America must approve it prior to any printing or distribution. Go ahead and email the draft to me, and I will reach out to our communications team for approval. If you create a QR code to put on your marketing materials, be sure that it links to your sponsorship group page so that you receive credit for those orders. If you need help with this, let us know. Connecting with Wreaths Across America online is a great way to stay informed about events, fundraising ideas, and more. If you haven't already joined the private Facebook group for group leaders, I encourage you to do so. You'll find the direct link to it in your registration confirmation email. Social media can be a great tool for sharing the mission of Wreaths Across America to remember, honor, and teach. We recommend contacting Samantha Gatcomb, our very own social media pro. She'll help you create a Facebook page for your group so that it's easy for supporters to search for and find. She can be contacted best through email at sgatcomb@wreathsacrossamerica.org. There are a few do's and don'ts for social media. Do share stories about your local heroes being honored or celebrated, whether it's to thank them for their service or to wish them a happy birthday. Don't share stories that are political or religious. Even if you consider it good news, it creates opportunity for people to share disagreements, which takes away from the mission of Wreaths Across America. Just remember, we're here to remember our fallen veterans, honor those who serve, and teach our children the value of freedom. Your social media post should be in line with those 3 things. Some examples of content that you can share on social media are graphics that we've included in newsletters or in the private Facebook group, pictures of your group or location working hard to share the mission of Wreaths Across America with your local community, or news articles and videos about Wreaths Across America. If you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to visit the Wreaths Across America channel on YouTube to see some of our new videos that you could share to help inspire your supporters. When you invite supporters to sponsor veteran wreaths, you should always share the direct link to your group page so that you get credit for your efforts. Reese Radio is a great way to hear informational and inspiring content about members of the U.S. Armed Forces, their families, military veterans, and volunteers throughout the country and overseas who support the mission to remember, honor, and teach. If you haven't tuned in yet, be sure to check it out. And if you have ideas to share with them or special requests, you can email them at waaradio@wreathsacrossamerica.org. To provide you with help all year round, we have the country split into regions with a regional and assistant liaison that oversee that area. Amber and I both oversee Region 4, and we are your main points of contact for Wreaths Across America. Please feel free to reach out to either of us anytime you have questions. We are always available and happy to help. Here's the Wreaths Across America locations and groups team. You'll see Amber and I both here. Thank you again for taking the time to join us today and for working hard to share the mission of Wreaths Across America with your local community. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.